There we go. Okay. Well, thanks for jumping on with me. I thought I'd send a message out to everybody because I didn't know if some of our newer consultants even knew that we met on Tuesdays, even though I try to get it all out there with email. Well, I guess I haven't done email on it, but just with, like in our Facebook group and then the chat. But then I thought, well, if I send a text, maybe those that can hop on will. And if not, then they can watch the recording. But I thought that it's been kind of fun to listen to just these different people that have some ideas about, booking parties and, taking the fear out of the party, out of, the rejection part of it, just to give us a little bit of inspiration and guidance. And I thought it was kind of funny how both ladies referred to it as like having a stick of gum and not everybody
Mhm.
wants a piece of gum. Did you notice that?
Yes, I did. I actually wrote it down.
Oh, did you? That's great.
I
Yeah.
have to be honest, I did not listen to the
Oh,
recordings. I'm
oh, you're
sorry.
fine. Oh,
I
no, it's
just
fine.
I just couldn't do it. I
Don't
said
worry
it's
about it.
either listen or attend the meeting. So
Oh, yes, we're glad to have you here. That's more important. So thank you. Appreciate that. They basically said similar things where, you want to take the emotions out of booking. I almost had to think of it like not even knowing the person, because if I know the person, um, all the thoughts come up with like, oh, what's she gonna think? And oh, I've had her before. She was a consultant. Maybe she doesn't even like Mary Kay. She probably doesn't even like me. And you just kind of keep going because you just don't hear from them for years. And you're like, I wonder what happened to them. And so then I'm afraid to even try and reach out and say, hey, would you just be upfront with them and say, are you wanting Mary Kay products in the future? Are you using something else? And I've even done that this week. Like I noticed that this one gal was posting different skincare stuff and how she's switching over to all these different things. And I just finally said to her in like a voice message, hey, are you still interested in Mary Kay products? This is your out. If not, because I'd rather they just tell me than string me along or feel strung along. But
right.
even at the same time, she just sent me a heart and that was it. So I was like, all right, well, you had your opening there. So maybe you still like it. I don't
Right.
know.
Sorry, I'm late.
Oh, Karen, you're fine. Georgie said you've been on hold with people.
With the pharmacy for
Any luck?
almost 2 hours. Yes,
Oh
finally.
my gosh. 2 hours with the pharmacy?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Karen, I hope you have everything you need for your trip because how annoying is that?
Well, the Irish got up in me.
Mm,
Uh, sometimes you got to just let them know how it
Oh, I
is. Oh, man.
do. But yes, oh,
Well,
hopefully all
speak.
is well.
Yeah, well, speaking of emotions, we're talking about taking the emotion out of our bookings and stuff. So, feel free if anyone wants to share, you can. I took all kinds of different notes and stuff too. So we'll just do like a little recap because I know Amy said she wasn't able to listen to
I
them.
was
But
neither.
oh, that's fine. That's great. I'm
But
just glad you're here. So, oh man.
I will go listen to it.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I think each of them are about 4 to 5 minutes, so they're a little shorter, which is good.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you want to share any of your notes, Georgie?
Yeah, mine was pretty much the same as yours.
Okay.
Don't think about what people think of you. Take yourself out of the picture. Just what you're thinking, just take yourself out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they say no, um, could just mean they're not ready yet. Because you don't know what they're thinking. You don't know what's going on in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
They could be, something could be going on at home. It could be something emotional going on at home. It could be something financial. They don't have the money,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why they're saying no.
Yes.
You just don't know what's going on in their lives. I like how she said to set a booking goal every week, whether it's, to book 5 parties or to book 10 parties, it doesn't matter, but just to set a goal. Um, and, um, and then to just have fun knowing we're transforming lives.
Yes, definitely. Oh, that's great. Love that. And if you had anything to share, Laura, in the comments, you can do that too. Because I know she listened earlier. But and I guess the other part too is making sure we're asking enough people, because I have found that if I only ask a couple of people, I might not hear much. But if I ask a larger quantity of people, I start to hear more, especially if I circle back around and check in and say, hey, did you get my message? And it's amazing. Even those that I sent a message to, maybe a couple days later, I'll hear from them. They'll say, oh, I'm so sorry. I just saw your message. It's been crazy down here, stuff like that, because life happens. And it's just so nice when you do hear back from them. And even if the answer is no, at least you're hearing something other than, the radio silence. That's got to be my biggest pet peeve. But so I like this too, where you pray for the right person, that, whenever you're going to book a party or something like that, just pray for the right people that you're going to come in contact with, that you'll be able to make feel more beautiful or more confident just through your interactions with them. Oh, that's a good idea. I forget to do that. I'm just so busy, like, okay, here's the goal. We're going for this. We're going to ask every single person, and not necessarily being really intentional about, okay, is there a certain person I'd like to ask to book a party with? So, and then the appointments are the lifeline of our business. So when you have an appointment or a party or something like that, that's where all of the referrals come from, different sales come from, a future party, that kind of thing. And then you start building relationships, although it may look a little different if we're doing this online versus in person. And Georgie, what would you say? Sorry to put you on the spot here, but what does it feel like the difference would be when you're in person as opposed to, doing a party online? I would think it's got to be so much easier to connect because it's not like I guess they could ignore you while you're sitting there with them, but I feel like maybe it can be a little bit easier to have that relationship start when you're actually one-on-one talking with them.
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, because like you said, because you kind of close everything one-on-one because it's more one-on-one with them. So, and you can get referrals because you can either do like a referral game or you can do a giveaway, that's set in the middle of the table, as to who can give you the most referrals, or friends, or or whatever. So you get that more, I don't know if it's personable or what the word is, but you do, because they're right there in front of you.
Yeah.
you know
They could say no, but
they can still say no, but I feel like they're less likely, unlikely to say no, because they're right there in front of you.
That makes sense.
Because most of the in-person parties I've had, I've gotten generally more sales at, even if they're just little sales, like even if it's just a hand soap or a hand sanitizer or a mascara or something. It might just be that one thing, but it's a sale. And sometimes you do feel like, though, it's just like, okay, well, I just bought something because I didn't want to say no. but I've also gotten bookings, from in-person parties
That's great.
and referrals from in-person parties. So
Awesome. Well, good. Okay. Well, that's helpful to know kind of a little bit of the difference. But in the meantime, for several of us and a lot of us doing online, I feel like even if Karen and I were doing this This past week, you can send out a voice message using your voice, or you can call. But I was thinking, boy, there's a lot of people working, so I could leave a message, or I could do a voice message on Messenger. And also, if I wanted to have the text message with it, and then they're hearing you say hi and using their name. I was just wondering if one of these options would be, if you're needing, I guess what I've been doing is I have 5 different things that I want them to help me with towards the car. And then I just say, is one of these an option for you? And not all of them are, where you'd have to spend money. One of them, I think, is booking a party. One's just praying for our team. One would be taking a survey, which is the opportunity. And then what is the other one? I think, purchasing something at 20% off and something else. But anyway, and it's kind of fun to see invite people into my VIP group. And so from there, they can kind of and then I just have a question at the end, like, which of these would you be interested in helping with? And then they can choose from those. And they might even pick more than one. And I've actually booked a party with somebody who's brand new from my VIP group because, well, she's not brand new. I just never made the effort to get to know everybody. And so, yeah, she's got nobody in the party yet, but at least I've connected with somebody who's new to me. So that's kind of exciting. So I don't know where I was going with that, but
Those days too.
yeah, right. Oh, just where when you use your voice and you also have a text message, it's a little more intentional than just copy paste, and that kind of thing. So, and
See, I didn't copy and paste. I mean, every one of my voicemails I had a script that I had written out, but
mhm,
each one I personalized because I knew somebody had had surgery, so I asked how they were doing. And
yeah,
another one, their grandchild is going through some cancer treatments, and so I asked her, how hope he was doing well, and
mhm.
that I was sending prayers. And then, so I tweaked the words. They weren't all the same, but it was kind of a script. But
Yeah, that's great. That's just putting that relationship in there and showing that you care and you're actually paying attention to their life as opposed to just, hey, I'm looking for the sale or, that kind of thing.
yeah.
Because you can see those coming a mile away. So if you, yeah, or even doing the, I guess, for me with the different ladies in my group that have been invited in that I don't necessarily know, I'm just checking to see like who invited them, and I'm saying, "Hi, I met you through so and so, and at this party, and it's been a little while, but I wanted to make sure that um, I connected with you somehow because you're in my VIP group and you're important." So, and then going from there and sharing what our goal is. So. But sometimes it's hard to tell how they got in there if they just plopped in or what. So
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about looking at how they were in my group because there's a lot of people I don't even know.
yeah, and that's exactly what I've been finding. So if you like click on their name, sometimes at the top of the messenger it'll say mutual friends with so and so, but other times it won't say that. So then I'll just say, hey, you're in my VIP group. I'm not quite sure who invited you, but I'm so glad to have you. And here's what's happening, that kind of thing.
That's a
So
good idea.
yeah, so I'm actually going through my whole group just to figure that out because I thought, man, there's a lot of untapped leads in there. Let's go ahead and check them out. So, but then there's also those that I haven't connected with that I'm friends with that would be important to do too. So, yeah. Okay, so then the other one we have is overcoming the fear of rejection. And then just reminding yourself that you are providing a valuable service for these women, and it'd be unfair to not offer them, the opportunity or at least the products that you have available. Um, so I guess you have to just be confident in that and just remember somebody shared with you. So we want to share that too if we can. So I try to remember that. And let's see. And if they say no when you're trying to book a party, well, you haven't lost anything. At least you were able to ask. And then from there, it doesn't always mean never, unless they tell you like, no, I never want to be spoken to by anybody about Mary Kay ever again. Sometimes they'll just say, now's not a good time. Then you just come back around later on. But unless they're very adamant and say, oh yeah, I broke out with this and that, and then you've offered them different, how long ago was that? Would you like to try some of the new samples? Do you know what was, sometimes it's just a nice talking point. I had one lady the other day, she's said, oh yeah, anything, I can't use Mary Kay products because it made my eyes swell and all this stuff. I'm like, oh wow, do you know what you were using? She didn't really know exactly what it was. Would you be open to trying something? No, I don't think so. It was too scary. I'm like, okay, well, and then just offering her ideas of certain types of products that might be helpful for her, but she may have to just keep doing what she's doing. I don't know. So if it's not broke, don't fix it. Although she was asking for an eye serum, and I was like, oh, I can help you. Like on her personal page. Do you ever see that? They're like, hey, friends, I'm looking for such and such. And then you tell them, and then they tell you all the things that's wrong with the company. So,
Yeah.
oh well, it's worth a shot, right? Okay. Oh, okay. So this lady was talking about what are the so making like 2 columns. One is what are the 2 things that are keeping you from reaching your goals? So if you have your like dreams and any goal that you might have. So like in one column, you put down how you would feel when you master those things holding you back. And then the other one, what are the 2 things keeping you from that? Usually it's fear. Could be like even just procrastination. If you're me, it's perfection. You want to do it exactly right. So you're not
Do
going to even do it at all because you want it to be perfect. And so you don't even start. So sometimes you just have to say 3, 2, 1, go. And then that's how you do it. Otherwise you'll never do it. Um, so are there any certain goals that you have that anyone wants to share?
Mhm. Uh, we know what my goals are.
Yeah.
I want to close this out before I go on vacation.
Yes, you're really close with earning your sapphire.
I'm actually working on an order right now.
You are?
Yeah, it's not a big one, but every little one helps, right?
Yes, absolutely. And
Mhm.
it's even more exciting if you're not having to put the order in yourself with your own money. So that's
Right.
exciting. And I think Laura said the same thing, that she had somebody that was placing an order and taking a look. So that's exciting.
Mhm.
Yay.
Yeah. So I'm trying to be quick before they change their mind.
Oh, they won't if they know it's good for them, right? Oh dear. Sorry.
They want to
Uh,
stay my
hanging
friend.
What's that?
If they want to stay my friend.
Oh, oh, that's some high stakes there. Yeah. Oh, that's good. So, I love it. Thank you for sharing. Is there anything holding you back from making those things happen? Because it seems like you're pretty proactive working on it.
I sure am. But I actually like your idea that some of these people who haven't been real active in my on my page, I'm gonna tackle them tomorrow. They're gonna be
Oh, yeah.
my go-tos.
Okay. Yeah. Well, and don't
So
worry if they have, I know we've talked a few times about people who have their own side hustle or their own business sometimes can be difficult to
okay.
close a sale on, but they still need products too. I mean, not everybody's selling the same stuff here. And even if they are, like Georgie said in the past, your Norwex lady loves a lot of the products. So, oh,
Mhm.
here's Laura. I'm trying the 24 by 24 by 24 challenge. One placed an order already with someone else, and someone is going to look. Wait, place an order. Somebody placed an order with someone else, or did they place an order with you? I'm just making sure, Laura. But either way, just getting a response, that's exciting. Hooray. Okay, we'll stay tuned. Let's see where she's at there. Any other things holding you back from hitting a certain goal? Oh, someone not in your group. Okay,
Time. I'm just running out of time.
sure.
I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah. Well, I liked how this lady was sharing. Fear is false evidence appearing real. So a lot of times it's worse than we think it is in our minds. Our minds can play tricks on us. So we just kind of have to jump over the hurdles of those things that are holding us back. Because if you look on the left side of like, how would you feel if you mastered all those things holding you back? You feel pretty victorious, I have the feeling. Whereas if you're just worried about, being afraid of what they might say, then you're missing out on that opportunity of what if they do say yes. So I think it's good to apply in lots of areas of our life about fear. Yeah,
Mhm.
awesome. Okay, cool. Well, I think that's pretty much it from those. Any, so I was thinking we could share just this last little bit here and then I'll let you go. I was thinking we could do like a rose and a thorn. So if there's anything that was, have you ever heard of that where there's a really great thing happening? What was a great thing that happened today or this week? And what was something that was kind of hard? So you could share either if you want to. I'm trying to think about mine right now.
My rose. Well, my thorn obviously is the pharmacy.
Yes, and it doesn't have to be Mary Kay related. It can be life related.
My thorn is my migraines.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
And but my rose is was going to see my granddaughters and having their birthday party.
Oh,
So, and we leave on vacation on Friday,
oh, that's so exciting.
and I get to see my whole family.
Oh, yay. I'm so happy for you. That's wonderful. Well, great. Georgie, do you have any roses or thorns you want to share?
Well, I guess mine is kind of combined. Um,
Yeah.
my last night of work was Saturday. And that was kind of I guess it was a combined because it was a bittersweet night. So,
Mhm.
Aw.
and I had 2 messenger parties Sunday nights, and one was a rose and one was a thorn. So,
Mm,
Yes. Well, yay for the rose. I'm glad you had two at the same time. So you had that.
yeah.
Good.
So, I mean, they're both still open, but
Uh-huh.
and yeah. So, but yeah, the last night of work could be a rose and a thorn. So, it kind of combined.
Sure. Well, that's understandable. I'm sure they'll miss you and you'll miss them and have to swing around for some pampering sometime, huh?
Yeah. Well, I already had to promise several residents that I would visit once a week. So,
Oh,
yeah, it's sweet.
that's great. See, you're making an impact. That's awesome.
so,
Nice.
Can
so
you
yeah.
can you work part-time or could you be on call?
I'm not going to right now, but I'm hoping eventually maybe I can do PRN, and just go back when I want to work.
Be careful of that. I retired and did that PRN thing and ended up being there for 6 more months.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
So yeah. So that's why I said, maybe in a few months, but not right now.
Yeah.
sure. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, good. Well, thank you for sharing. Roses and thorns. Let us know, Laura, if you've got some there. Oh, I think she's typing maybe something here. My computer's not working. Oh, her rose is daughter had a special breakfast at her school yesterday because she was charger of the month. Oh, that's awesome.
Yay.
Yay, congratulations. And today my younger daughter had her animal, oh, cute, a wax museum at school. That's super fun. Thorn is that it's a little hard getting people to respond to messages. Yes. Well, do not feel alone, Laura. We are all there with you on that. Feels like you have to send a bunch of messages just to get an answer. So just hang tight. You're gonna get some roses here. That's
What I did with my messages, I waited for, I think, 3 days, and I've been having so many computer issues. And so I sent another message and I said, hey, can you at least give me a thumbs up? I'm having connectivity issues and I'm just wanting to make sure that these messages are getting out. And
oh,
almost all of them responded back. So,
wow. Good idea.
yeah, because I mean, I still am. I'm actually surprised that my phone is working tonight.
Oh, yeah. Well, good. Well, that's a good idea to do that. Sometimes you just want to know, is anybody seeing this for real? Or is it just your kid, are they just playing a game in the background or what's going on? So, oh, there's Dewey. How cute.
Mhm.
Oh, hi, sweetie. You get to go on a little trip, I think, pretty soon.
Yep.
Oh, fun. Okay, my rose is seeing all of you. This is my rose for the week. So thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate you all. Thorn, oh boy, I don't know. Yeah, just trying to find the time to put everything together, and sometimes putting a lot of time in and not seeing a lot of fruit from that, and just remembering, okay, it'll come. It's gonna bloom soon. So
That's right.
yeah. Oh, I can stop the recording here. There we go. Okay. I think. There we go.